Hare Krishna. So we are hearing the answer given by Krishna to Arjuna's question, which one is better, renunciation or yoga or karma yoga or devotional service? So Krishna till now, from shloka number 2 to 4, he has told there is not much difference between the two, they are similar. But now in shloka number 5 onwards, he is going to tell which one is better. So let's hear from the horse's mouth, which one is better. Shloka number 5. Yat sankhyahi prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sapashyati. So here it is given, yat sankhyahi prapyate sthanam. So whatever one achieves by Sankhya Yoga. So when we say Sankhya, so we have to understand it is Jnana Yoga or it is renunciation. Tad yogair api gamyate. Similar goal can be attained by yoga, devotional service or karma yoga. And then it is given yah pashyati. That person is actually seeing who? Ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha. So a person who sees that the Sankhya Yoga, that is the renunciation part, and yoga, that is devotional service, both are on the same level, ekam. So such a person, sapashyati, is actually seeing the things as they are. So this is a very nice verse, which is almost like a continuation of the previous verse, which says that both of them are actually giving the same result. But then there's a nice explanation that is given by Srila Prabhupada, which actually tells that which one is better and what is the difference between the two. The real purpose of philosophical research is to find the ultimate goal of life. Since the ultimate goal of life is self-realization, there is no difference between the conclusions reached by the two processes. See, when we do philosophical speculation or try to go deep into philosophy, unfortunately people don't understand why they are doing it. It obviously, for the people who take pleasure on the intellectual platform, for them philosophical speculation will be like a titillation to the intelligence. But then that is not goal of life. Come on. Philosophical speculation just for some pleasure at the intellectual platform is not the goal of life. If someone is doing philosophical speculation, then what is he supposed to do? He's supposed to come to a conclusion about what is the ultimate goal of life. And that is self-realization. Self, that is understanding one's own self and understanding the super self, that is Krishna. And understanding the relationship between the two, that is what is the ultimate goal. Because anyone who understands that can actually break the cycle of birth and death. So in this way we see that both of them focuses on this self-realization. And here it is said that the Sankhya philosophical research, one comes to the conclusion that a living entity is not a part and parcel of the material world, but of the Supreme Spirit whole. So after analyzing all the material elements, as we were discussing in the previous video, finally the Sankhya philosophy comes to a conclusion saying that spirit soul is not part of this world. Spirit is always higher than matter. Spirit is always higher than the matter. So there is nothing called as equality when it comes to spirit and matter. Spirit is always higher. So there is a point that is made. Consequently, the spirit soul has nothing to do with the material world. His actions must be in some relation with the Supreme. This is a very nice point to understand. See, we are there in this world, and why are we not happy? Why are we suffering? Because there is an incompatible issue that is coming up. What is that incompatible issue? We are spirit soul, and unfortunately, we are stuck. It's stuck in what? Stuck in matter. Now the fact is, the spirit cannot be caught by matter. But the spirit soul itself wants to get caught by matter. We ourselves are chosen to be in this body. We feel that without this body we will not be able to sustain. And that's how, what has happened now? Body is matter, body is temporary. We as spirit soul, we are eternal. Body is, there's no knowledge in this. It's full of ignorance, avidya. And when it comes to the spirit soul, it is chit, full of knowledge. Body is Nirananda, there's lots of pains and sufferings given by this body. But spirit soul is eternally happy, Ananda. So you see, there's complete opposite nature of the two entities, spirit soul and matter. But then now the problem is spirit soul is in the clutches of the matter and it is suffering like anything. This is the incompatible issue that is there. But then there is a nice point that is made here. If spirit is in connection with another spirit, then now it's compatible. Currently what is happening? The spirit is in connection with what? Matter. That is what is the problem that is happening. But if the spirit is in connection with another spirit, then it's very simple, very easy. It will be very blissful, because that will be a compatible situation. So it is said that we spirit souls, we Atma, we have to serve and get connected to the Supreme Atma or Super Soul. That is Lord Sri Krishna. So when that connection gets established through devotional service, what happens? Automatically the person comes to his constitutional position of being happy, of being the servant of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is what the Sankhya philosophy finally boils down to. That yes, spirit has nothing to do with matter. Spirit has to do something with the Supreme Spirit. This is very logical. Yes. Then it says that when he acts in Krishna consciousness, he is actually in his constitutional position. As we already said, we are part and parcel of Krishna. And our constitutional position is Jivera Swarup Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. We are eternal servants of Lord Sri Krishna. So that is our constitutional position. So as soon as we come to our constitutional position, currently we are in our artificial position of becoming the masters in this world. But as soon as we understand, no, I am servant of Krishna. And when we come down to that platform and when we start serving Krishna, then our blissful time will start. Our eternal blissful nature will get established. In the first process, Sankhya, one has to become detached from matter, and in devotional yoga process, one has to attach himself to the work of Krishna consciousness. Both processes are the same. One process appears to involve detachment and the other process appears to involve attachment. Detachment from matter and attachment to Krishna are one and the same. One who can see this sees things as they are. So, in Sankhya, what is happening is, there is analysis that is happening, analysis of this material world, and slowly the person starts understanding, oh, this is temporary, this is temporary, this is temporary. He starts getting detached from each and everything. Okay? But when it comes to devotional service, it's not about detachment, no, that is focused on. It is focused on attachment to Krishna. So in this way, this detachment and attachment is very, very important to understand. So Sankhya philosophy, jnana or sannyas that we're talking about, is focusing on detachment. Many times people are scared, oh, I'm doing devotional service, so first I have to get detached. So that is not the case, because devotional service is all about getting attached to Krishna. A very nice analogy, is given, that suppose a person is having axe and now he has to lift a stone from the same hand. Now one thing that he can do is just throw the axe, then endeavor to pick the stone. So first endeavor is throw the axe and second endeavor is pick the stone. But then the person can do the other way also. Just go to pick the stone, at the same time leave the axe and pick up the stone. So there's not much endeavor here. There's no two different endeavors. It's all about he's trying to pick the stone, and in the course of picking the stone, he has to anyways release the axe first. Yes. So this is what happens in Sankhya philosophy and devotional service. In Sankhya, first throw, first get detached. Then the question comes of attachment. But then in devotional service, directly we start getting attached to Krishna. So when we get attached to Krishna, what happens? When we get attached to Krishna, we get higher taste. We get some security, we get some shelter. But then when it comes to detachment first, there is lots of insecurity. What will happen next? My shelter is gone. I was taking shelter of this world, sense gratification. Now I am getting detached from this. What is my shelter? No shelter. So the person becomes in complete anxiety. So there is no question of detachment that has to be focused on. But then in devotional service, we focus on attachment to Krishna. And that attachment automatically happens when someone is practicing devotional service. So it is very important to practice devotional service with the aim of getting attached to Krishna. And when we keep associating with the person again and again, every single day, won't we get attached to him? And that process of getting attached to Krishna or spending time with Krishna is chanting of the holy names of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That process of getting attached to Krishna, spending time with Krishna, is going through the instructions given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, going through the pastimes of Krishna given in Bhagavatam, hearing these discourses. We are spending time with Krishna. And when we are spending time with Krishna, with time, we'll develop relationship with Him. We'll get attached to Him. Done. Our life is successful. Once we get attached to Krishna, the doors of Goloka Vrindavan will open for all of us. So in this way, it's very clear here that attachment is more important than detachment. Now Krishna is going to continue the same theme and make us understand that devotional service is always better than mere artificial renunciation. So let's see this in the next video. Hare Krishna.